Yes, we're ready to get things underway here. It's finals night, day 10 of the CIB PSA World Championships 2023-2024. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Two great finals to bring you this evening. We'll start with the women's final. We've got the best two women in the world right now competing for the women's title, including the defending champion, Nour El Sherbini. She goes up against Nouran Gohar. So we're ready then to welcome onto court the world number 2 representing Egypt. She's our number 3 seed, the Terminator, Nouran Gohar. Tonight, she goes up against the defending champion, the current world champion from Chicago last year, the warrior princess from Egypt, Nour El Sherbini.
Seven, 8, 9, 10. عايز تيجي من هنا، تيجي من هنا وتوسعي. فاهم قصدي؟ ايوه كده. اوكي صح كده. حقي انزلي لها تحت 5.
Light and sweet.
Yeah, it's today in speed agility and sometimes reaction time. It is must be before in the World Championship, maybe 3-4 days. Is maybe last heavy session, and tomorrow and after tomorrow sometimes ghosting, and some drills and squash. And Thursday is off, and Friday first round for Nouran.
Who gets more nervous, Nouran? You watching Ziyad or Ziyad watching you?
I was gonna faint one time. No, seriously, at the World Championships. On the leg. He's happy we get that.
Hopefully we start the session. Uh-oh, we have to say like congratulations, Ziyad.
Just tell him congrats.
Give him a call.
No, he doesn't have the phone anymore. It's not so. When his season done.
As I always say, it's very hard to tell about the world champs. Anything could happen. I'm very confident that Nouran have a very big chance to win.
Do you understand the rules yet?
You have to touch him. That's easy.
Well, they're both touching actually.
Well, touch first is the winner, right? I think in the upper court only.
Today's first game in 8 minutes, 45-second work, 15-second rest. In my marks, one movement, in all marks, in all court.
You know, all of this wasn't planned. You're very lucky to have all of these people watching today.
Yeah, I think certainly the momentum factor and the confidence factor will help Gohar massively. I mean, black ball, the gold event, coming in as the #1 seed, I mean, really just obliterating the whole draw, gave her momentum going into Guna. We also saw like a really relaxed side of Gohar in black ball coming out that we were hoping she could keep. Going into El Guna, of course, Sherbini was there, she wasn't present in black ball, so we were thinking, would that maybe play a part? Was she going to tighten up a little bit or go back into that Terminator mode on and off court that we see? But she didn't, and she was really relaxed the whole time. I think she had the momentum, obviously, from black ball going in there and just looked great on court, off court, in her interviews, in her practice session, around, obviously back in Egypt, lots of friends and families around.
Obviously, Guna as a win was huge for me, but I think I fell in love again with the game, and I was really enjoying myself on court.
Previously, that was nearly a felt.
Playing with fire with that serve.
What an opportunity here for Nouran Gohar.
Doesn't need to overcomplicate it by any means. That's a perfect weight of shot.
6 championship board.
Well, Nouran Gohar gives herself 4 opportunities to take this title. She's won it before.
Chance here for Gohar. Stroke.
He's going to get the stroke.
Decision in Gohar.
I don't believe it. He's delaying the drama that bit more. Gohar. Oh my goodness me.
What's going on here?
It's got to be a stroke. She knows it. We know it.
She just looks settled. She'd made obviously a couple of decisions with her coaching staff. The roster changed a little bit there.
You see those changes creeping in really since she's added Haitham back or Haitham into her team, and they've probably been creeping in really slowly over the last season or so. I mean, it's tough, I guess, looking from the outside, from Nouran's perspective, having Haitham and Rodney Martin for a while, because I don't know either of them really well enough, but from the outside it's probably not the most complimentary of teams in terms of what they're trying to ask for.
I've always felt that her particular mindset is obvious. Unbelievable pace and power, fantastic concentration, obliterating opponents in a way that the others don't. But at the same time, you always want to grow without tinkering in a way that upsets the apple cart, upsets the best property that she has, which her base being power attacked to the back of the court, which, as I say, overwhelms most. find they just can't play against it. She knows that both Sherbini and Hammamy have been and are working all the time on the development of their games. It was very important for her to find somewhere else where somebody would actually be working on deception, would be working on a softer touch in the front court, and of course with Rodney Martin she would have learned a great deal. And I don't know what the strength of that relationship is now, because players seem to hop from one person to another, but I would have thought that was a very valuable period and would continue to be so if that's what she wanted.
I think that when you look at Gohar and how she dispatches absolutely everybody other than Sherbini and Hania, it would be crazy to think that the coaching team isn't looking for ways to overcome those other two easier or more consistently. I think 100% the subtleties that are coming in, the changes that are being made in Nouran's game are definitely because I want to beat Sherbini all the time. I want to beat Hania all the time.
I started to work with Gohar 5 days before the World Tour finals. I started with Rami Ashur, Raneem Al-Walidi, Tariq Mu'min, Marwan, Hania, and I'm super happy to be part of their career. The idea of Nouran to come to me is different perspective, different type of game. Everybody knows that Gohar have the aggression, hard shots, the speed, physicality. So the idea of coming to me is open, that I want to be playing every different type of game.
But not to the exclusion of the base game. The base game is what frightens the opponents most of all. Adding to that is going to make a serious dent in the opposition confidence, because they know that she can do more in the front of the court than she did before. And when she puts her max game together and it has no error, how do you beat her?
And it was almost like she was at peace with everything, her on-court life, her off-court life, her game, how she wanted to play, the type of shots that she was hitting on the court. It just was like a full circle moment almost for Gohar, and coming in, of course, with the title just the previous week from Black Ball, I think certainly helped. So then you're bringing all of that banked up, you've packed it all up in your suitcase to come to the World Championships. It's pretty perfect really for Gohar. That's exactly how she would have wanted to come in, I think.
Everybody have the equal chances, especially the big three. Nouran, Nour, Hania from 3 tournaments ago. Siva could beat 2 of the big 3, right? So it gives you a chance that everybody have an equal chance to win. You never know who will show up this tournament, and also the pressure is only mainly on the top 3.
You then look at Hania coming in from injury, has missed Guna, has sat on the sidelines watching her biggest rival, you have to say, in the form of Gohar, going, I cannot wait to get out there. And also I'm probably a little bit tense. She's playing well, she looks incredible, she's got that lightness in her spirit that I think, whilst it looks relaxed and it looks like she's less of a Terminator, it adds to the Terminator, because you've got the whole power, the aggression, I'm the Terminator, and you've got, but I'm also just this young woman that's got a big personality, a big heart, and I can show a lot of emotion now, and I'm bringing that lightness onto the court. And you marry those two together, it's really quite potent. And not being able to influence that, I'm talking about Hania, not being able to influence that, get stuck in and ruffle the feathers, yeah, I can imagine that brings a bit of tension herself. You've obviously got the injury element below that on the list.
How you doing?
When I woke up, I was a bit stiff. Yeah. And then I just got going. I said, maybe I need to breakfast. It's not as bad.
Keep better and better.
unfortunately, Hania had an injury in England, playing Siva in the final, and so she missed El Gouna 2 weeks ago. She's recovered now. She's been doing good training for the last 10 days before the tournament, but I don't think she's physically ready. But again, it's all back to the mental status of the player. If she's ready mentally, then I think she can still win and still get the title if she's able to.
You've got the fact that she made a change just a few days ago prior to the World Championships in her coaching roster. She's gotten rid of Omar Abdelaziz, who's been very present there for the last couple of seasons, really. So it's change, haven't been involved, want to get stuck in. How am I going to throw this all together at the biggest event of the season, at the World Championships, which is a tournament she's never won before. So looking at Hammamy, you're a bit like, what are we going to get here? All eyes are on you. We don't know how you're playing. We don't know how you're moving. We don't know how you're feeling. What's your emotional state coming into this with all those changes?
How was the rehab stuff?
How's what?
How was the rehab stuff in the bank? Is it all right?
Yeah, we're still going with it every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What sort of stuff do you have to do?
Like a lot of ankle mobility,
Right, yeah.
just so I can make sure that the ankle is mobile enough so I can move as good as I do, and also it just gets stiffer day by day with the matches, because obviously I'm not used to it. I had to stop for a while, and then coming back and playing the matches again, it just gets stiff with the movements. Yeah, but
Any feeling in it yesterday, or were you pretty loose?
I think I prepared it really well, and we were doing a lot of mobility anyway, but I'm past the stage where my ankle doesn't know how to move yet, because this is where I was stuck a bit before the tournament. It's just I was pain-free, but then the movements were not quite there, and it was a bit hard regarding this issue, but yeah, yesterday was okay, and it's fine, yeah.
Obviously, she was really disappointed missing El Gouna, and you know it was the right choice. Although it was hard at the time, watching everyone, it's the right choice because she was probably back on court around that kind of El Gouna time, but nowhere near kind of obviously event ready. And it was more of a case of, you know, you've got to get some training in now. You've had a bit of time off. You've got stuff to work on, and so yeah, she just kind of went about trying to get the sessions done that she could. The ankle's definitely been kind of up and down, I'd say, is probably the best way to describe it. Some days it was fantastic and other days it wasn't. And she was just managing that. And, you know, I wasn't obviously there at the Worlds with her. So it was just talking to her about the matches, and you know, she had Cassiano there, and all you've got to do is kind of trust in your team. And
Have you watched The Intern?
Interstellar?
No, The Intern.
Is it Leonardo?
No, it's Robert De Niro and the lady from the Devil Wears
Anna?
Prada. Yeah.
She's my favorite actress.
So then watch that movie. That one is cool. Opposites. Number 4.
Why are you telling me all 4?
Because I want in camera, they get the stressful work I have to repeat and repeat and repeat. So if I sue you guys for mental health, I have like a life proof.
So anyway, 10?
First one 10. First 3 10. The last one will be only 6. I will remind you if that.
And I'm the only one with a good memory. I will not ask you again to repeat. You'll see.
Mazen is like that fish on Finding Nemo, Dory.
And I know her now to the point where she's not going to not play. So there's not really any point in entertaining the ankle or any injury because I know she's going to play.
Just tell him it's been. Stop. Stop giving me that face.
0 to 10.
6. It's actually more when I go
Deep, of course, yeah. Now, if you go, so let's say this is my deeper, okay? If I go like 70% and I rock, see, there's no stop. Tell me what it feels.
less, I think. The 70% of this one
Yes.
less in pain for sure.
Yeah, less than 5? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so let's do those movements a little bit.
She was, you know, a little bit worried before the tournament started about where she was at.
If you work hard, no. This is the room for chatting.
Yeah, you're filming Cassiano or you're filming the player.
No, we don't want any seriousness in this room.
Yeah.
We don't want any complaints. We want to make fun of people. This is this is this is not on camera. No. This is not for the camera.
Oh, I thought you want to make fun.
That's a lovely shot. Really following through.
11-7.
Elvez
Hammamy. 3
Elvez could
games
do
to
there.
love.
Being slightly blown away in the first. The 24-year-old Hania Moataz has responded brilliantly, equalising at 1 game apiece.
Much to Gohar, 3 games to 1.
Basketball,
Give me the screen here. That would be easier. Not touching anything, it just stops.
Oh, goodness me. Well, the game is the game. Nour El Sherbini making it look so simple.
Well, it's game on, isn't it, really, now? She has sent out that message in a bottle. And she'll be heading off to Old Cairo for her last 16 counter at the museum. But everyone's excited, the crowd are loving it, the little one's getting that ball.
And then you've got Nour El Sherbini, who obviously didn't win in Guna again, lost to Gohar, sorry. Feels like it's a bit of a tournament that's a bogey event for her. She lost to Leila Gillis last year, she lost to Gohar this year when really she's been dominant over Gohar this season. So hasn't got the momentum of a platinum win coming into the World Championships. I don't think that matters. I think Nour El Sherbini, I mean, capable of doing anything at any time, capable of having a bad loss, you could say, which, I mean, bad losses are really just losing in the final for Sherbini at this stage. I don't think that matters to her. There's obviously the massive added pressure of, can you get that record 8th World Championship title that's just everyone keeps talking about, everyone's niggling away at her, and she's trying to go, oh, I'm not really thinking about that, I'm just focusing on one match at a time. Rubbish. You're not. It's there. It's always there. And with everything that she's achieved and all the credentials that bring Nour El Sherbini, the player and the person that she is, she's definitely thinking about that. So there's a massive amount of pressure on her. She's the #1 seed. Something I don't think she is bothered by. She's used to that factor massively. But aiming to make history now and not having the momentum from Gunnar, I think is, you know, that's could be a potential slippery banana skin.
I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be playing another World Championship, and for me, I think I'm just going this tournament as if it's my first one. So yeah, big tournament of the year. I've been waiting for it, and just try to play the best squash I have.
She looks moody today, I don't know. Like this. That's why? I can see it from the beginning. In that case, it's better not to talk. Someone woke you up or what?
Yeah, Hania wake me up. Hania woke me up.
I just can never write off Nour El Sherbini. You know, I think with everything that she's achieved this season in the fashion that she's done it, I can't see her let this slip, this title. I can't see it happening.
Well, the last time these two players met on the PSA World Tour, Sivasangari Subramaniam got a big scalp en route to taking the biggest title of her career to date.
The match with Siva in the Worlds was always going to be a completely different match after she'd lost that match in London.
Let's hear it for Hania Hammamy!
She's got it.
She is a player who would massively like to try and turn the tables around and get the win after the last loss, and that's a huge part of her personality and her game and strength, a massive strength of hers.
That's it. You that body's just putting me up every single time. That body's just staying on the bottom side. Just puts me every time in danger. Every time.
Ball still stand.
Il va dans l'aide, dans l'aide.
Oh!
And from Siva's perspective, she would have been better playing Hania at the Worlds having not played her in London.
World number one, world number two, world number four. See you later, people. And the way you did it, eh?
I just don't know. I felt like that.
was a stroke
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Such a stroke. It was such a stroke.
Literally,
I know.
like
It was
yesterday was a stroke.
Big hit, yeah, exactly. It was a big hit.
No, big you can hear.
I know.
I mean, it's a lead. I was going to argue about. I'm like, they're not going to change.
Like, exactly. Like, you
So
did
I'm
say
like,
all this to go.
whatever.
Just
Whatever,
move on, just
yeah.
move on, just move on.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah. How's your body?
It's actually not that bad.
She was like, no, I'll keep going like this.
Yeah, she was
like cramping at
Yeah,
one point.
yeah.
Like you were looking at her,
Yeah.
but she was like struggling.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's incredible.
Siva wasn't playing the same Hania then, and that's partly due to the respect that Siva had earned from Hania from beating her in London. And then also the other side of the coin, Siva's got more expectations as well, and she's not going in with a free arm and, you know, kind of like just take it to her. It's not a final and it's not the same opponent kind of really, so.
She's not quite hitting her mark here. The shots, that's a lovely finish from Hammamy. Oh, the speed, foot speed,
Oh,
that's
but
a
Lisa,
cute angle.
Lisa, this is just going up in quality, rally by rally.
Well, there you have it. Revenge is sweet. Didn't quite produce the fireworks that we thought it was going to, perhaps.
13, 11-6, 11-5.
Relief, it looks like, there on the face of Hammamy.
I know, it's our first time.
Great performance, nice to get revenge. Obviously you went through that on court with Michael. Tell me a little bit, how's it feeling? Is it totally gone, the injury, or where are we at? Just still trying to get over it and work our way back in?
I think I'm just going day by day. It's a bit tricky for me. It's just one day I wake up, I'm fine, and the other day I'm not 100%, but I'm just going with it. I got the information from the physios and the doctors that even if I play with some pain, it's fine and it's nothing major. But as I said, it's a new challenge for me playing with an injury, and I consider myself a bit young, so it's challenging for me having this at this age, you know, and having to play a tournament with it. But it's just the World Championships, and
it's just the World Championships.
I mean, it's big, so so anything aside, injury aside, anything aside, you try to do what you can do, and yeah.
Well, you're looking good, so go and take care of all those things, look after yourself, and we'll see you in the quarterfinals. Good stuff.
And to be honest, in the first game as well, I felt it slightly. I felt it. I don't know why. It was also a movement towards the front, I think.
I remember which one you're talking about. Yeah. Kind of got stuck.
Yeah, it was 8 hole or 9-8. I think in the first, when something happened, I started to panic. I thought, oh God, we're still in the first. I cannot be feeling this. But
No, but then you moved very, very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Good fight. Good, you know, you stayed strong there. That first game was rough.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
Mm.
See, told you.
It's,
Thanks for the kind words. The plan is you're resting.
And Nour El Sherbini is the current world number 6 playing ice world ranking today. Remain with us, Georgina Kennedy.
You're not doing it. Why not?
See you tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
When you come here, when you move, I can see you somewhere.
Yeah.
Or gym maybe.
Perfect. And Diego's playing the last one anyway, so. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Gracias.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you.
Ashufak bokra.
Yes,
Yeah.
enjoy your night.
You too.
Now the women's competition, it's the big three, but Olivia Weaver coming in, Amanda Sobey, who's sustained that awful Achilles rupture from the USA. Olivia Weaver has really stepped into her shoes and she's improving all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Imagine if Sobi gets back, you could have 2 Americans in the top 5. But again, can Olivia Weaver do something really special here and topple the 7-time world champion? It's going to be tough. And then you got the other 2, which make up the big 3. So it's looking at Weaver's task ahead of her, she couldn't have anybody better than Rod Martin, because he beat 1, 2, and 3 to win the world championship in 1991.
Well, Nouran Gohar is really looking on song for a possible first major world title, taking on Hania El Hammamy. But again, Olivia Weaver is getting closer and closer to these top 3 Egyptian players.
And tonight, she goes up against the best player in the world right now, the world #1. Let's hear it for Egypt's Nour El Sherbini!
Nour El Sherbini, the #1 seed, known as the Warrior Princess from Egypt, taking on Olivia Weaver, the #8 seed from America. Well, this is a tough task for Olivia Weaver, you have to say, bringing in the head-to-head, but also this win percentage, Johnny, 91.7 this season alone.
Yeah, it's similar to Ali Farag. The 2 of them are just ruling the roost at the top of the squash world, and here in Egypt as well, you know, so you factor all that in. Obviously, it's a mountain to climb, but she will believe, and her coach will believe she can do it.
Of course, what stands out there, other than the win percentage, is how many platinum events she's won this season. Pretty incredible.
Oh, she just wasn't there. Rally goes on.
She was sold the cross court. Oh, wow. Oh, goodness me, that's going to be a stroke. What an opening game from the American.
11-7, game to Weaver. Weaver leads, 1 game to love.
The lower ranked seed, Olivia Weaver, takes the first game 11-7.
I mean, she's riding the wave of the first semi-final at a World Championships, so she's on a high. She's playing squash for life. By reaching the semi-final, she's going to go to world #4 the following week. So it's adrenaline at that moment, no matter how much fatigue is set in, given the stage of the season.
At what point, Lisa, at what point in this game do we need Weaver to be leading where suddenly there's an authenticity about Weaver's chances of winning this?
Oh my goodness, that is so deceptive. The shoulders going off to the right, making it look like it was a cross court.
And out, 10-5,
coming over the
game
top
ball.
of that with a bit of topspin.
Out.
There it goes.
5. Give El Sherbini
The
1 game
response
all.
from the Warrior Princess, as we expected, the level to just increase.
What shot from the back of the court. Weaver.
And out, 6.
Being very
5.
brave. Doing to Sherbini what she likes to do to others. I feel that Weaver is physically looking
7,
better,
5.
Lisa, I really do. El Sherbini's giving a lot of signs here that she's not comfortable out there in the heat. Kind of asks the question, you know, will the American be able to sort of sustain this? I feel she is.
And out, 6-7.
This is tense, Lisa. This is getting very tense now. That body language has been since love all in the first game. It has not wavered, it has not changed whatsoever, the American.
It's very impressive what she's doing. She's literally out there on her own.
Down, 10-6,
This is
game ball.
sublime. This is honestly breathtaking squash here from the American. Game ball could take a 2-1 lead, and 4 of them.
Down.
There it
11-6,
goes.
game to Weaver.
Body
Weaver
language
leads
there
2 games to
between
1.
these two, chalk and cheese. The strut is back for Olivia Weaver. 40 minutes of play. It's been absolutely relentless pressure from Olivia Weaver in that third game. She takes the third game for a 2-1 lead, 11-6.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've really been on court with her and truly believed that I can take her out and that I have the skill, the mental and physical ability to absolutely win.
Absolutely love the mindset of Weaver, always nodding, always encouraging herself, believing in herself. Body language, brilliant.
Well picked up. That was an awkward shot from the frame of El Sherbini and Weaver. I mean, to be fair to Weaver, the rub of the green of ball sort of falling in the neck certainly fell El Sherbini's way. 8-4. First coach did tell me though, great players make their own luck, Lisa.
That's poetry. I mean, here we go. Buckle up, because Nour El Sherbini, the world number 1, has 5 game balls to send this into a 5th and final game. That's tidy work on the forehand side. The response, look at that. Playing into the hands of the crowd. Nour El Sherbini, the world number 1, 7-time winner of this tournament, levels off, and we're into a 5th and final game.
Okay, to enter for the next shot in the volley, or if she plays a cut, to go for it. Allez! Show her from the beginning you want it more. Step forward, to front of her from the beginning. Anytime she's doing too much, one cross very wide, okay? And step up. Allez, from the beginning. Allez! Come on.
It was tough. I felt like I had it at a certain point, which obviously is a huge mistake. Or at least like thinking about the finish line as opposed to really just sticking to my plan.
It's the 4th attempt at a cross-court nick off that serve in the match. You're right, Johnny. The 5th game, crucial. This is starting to run away from Weaver.
Weaver has managed to put 3 points on the trot here together. She continues to power on physically. Not any drop off, and then Sherbini does that. It's the shot that she just goes to when she's under enormous pressure. She drops it in off the back wall. Like there is no World Championship at stake.
Massive reaction from Sherbini. Rarely has she hit that straight down the forehand line like this, Johnny.
Her confidence struck, the physical push and the pace and the tempo that she had at that moment was completely overridden by panic, a little bit inside of what if.
The tongue's in the cheek there as well. She is really, really gritting, getting ready to try and put this one away.
5 match balls for the world number 1. That's down. She's made the error. Olivia Weaver smacking the ball into the top of the pin. What a match. Nour El Sherbini into another final. Massive effort there from the American. She'll be absolutely gutted with that. She had chances. She certainly played at the level that was required to beat Nour El Sherbini at times and physically looked absolutely outstanding. Nour El Sherbini doing what Nour El Sherbini does and always finding a way through. A massive sigh of relief for her after this. The crowd obviously going absolutely bonkers.
Kind of
of in that middle of the fourth, we were neck and neck, and then when she pulled away, I felt like I just got a bit passive. Started making some errors, started forcing it. It was just, again, like you said, kind of experience. But I think just as the match went on, I sort of fell off. My quality of hitting dropped a bit, and that was what was really doing damage in the beginning. And
It's very dry.
To be fair, it's a good match for tomorrow. You open the pipes, you know.
it's open, Yanni. Do you think it's open?
Yeah, sure. But to be fair, that's good.
And so yeah, it's knowing that what I was doing in the first 3 games, really, like the damage that it can do to Nour. I think that's the first time I've really put that much pressure on her. And yeah, I'm obviously gutted. I didn't come here to lose in the semis. I don't work that hard and make all the sacrifices to come here and lose to anyone. You know, I wanted to win this event. I'm obviously, you know, it's the best result I've had against her, and I didn't give up until the very end. But yeah, so but I know this is just going to make me hungrier to get back to work. And yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
But incredible lesson learned. I feel like every time I'm on court with Nour, I walk away just a smarter, more experienced player. She's obviously, if not the greatest of all time, one of. Yeah, I'm really, really proud of how I tested her, and how I think that's the first time I've really been on court with her where she's probably felt that there was a chance it wasn't going to go her way.
Anyway, you didn't seem to move like 2 days ago, like as active and dynamic. No, you kept being like a little bit like one step back again.
I was very, very fine, so I couldn't think.
That's why there's no need to attack too much from the back. You expose yourself even more, and that's what you need.
I want to finish before me.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
You need to be
It's
smart.
a good way.
You need to be
It's
smart.
too bouncy.
You need to be smart, you know.
Well, can you believe it, Johnny? We're only halfway through the semi-final evening here. We've got an absolute whopper of a match coming up. Nouran Gohar of Egypt, the number 3 seed, taking on Hania El Hammamy, the number 2 seed. Well, these two have brought absolute fireworks to the PSA World Tour in their career.
I knew it was going to be late, but I didn't know we would go on point at 10 p.m.
You're not going to be late. We're going to be here till like 2 a.m.
Why?
I thought,
Didn't expect this one to be on.
We went actually on court late, like 10 or something, and I haven't been playing that late whole week. Like the latest I've played is 7:30.
around 10 minutes from now. I'll do the interview and then the other interview.
Some Spanish lessons before the match.
It's kind of the same idea.
Venga is hurry up.
No. Venga, the translation for venga is to come. You know, like I say,
Come on.
venga, come with me. You know, come here. But it's like when you guys say, Malash, venga. No problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Squash doesn't go right. Another occupation there.
Singing?
The history that they're creating, Johnny, that the rivalry is second to none. We're even talking about new directives being brought in because of these two. World Tour finals last year, they created history and a battle that lasted 133 minutes, bringing out the best in each other in terms of mindset, fight and aggression. Gohar just battering the door down there. I mean, yeah, that match there wasn't really about the squash, it was about who could get over the line and at all costs, really.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Gohar didn't have a broken foot after that and was put out for 6 months. But yeah, look, I think that with the way that PSA have gone with the directives, I think that we're going to see hard fought. Yes, no quarter given, but it'll be good. Squash will win the day.
Looking at the head-to-head this year alone, 2024, they've played 3 times, and Hania Hammamy leads in that. She's coming back into the PSA World Tour from injury. We saw Gohar come back onto tour from injury earlier on in this year.
First game was going to be absolutely massive against Gohar. Hania had to take it if she wanted to win the match. The route that they'd both taken up into the semi-final was very convincing for Gohar and not very convincing for Hammamy. Physicality, the issues with the ankle. Also looked a little unsure of how she wanted to play.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, not heard that. I mean, Gohar's looking back at her. She's not let that out at all.
All tournament.
I'll tell you what, that was an absolute ripper of a bit of emotion from her. You have to get the crash helmets out. 10 minutes so far. It's El Hammamy maintaining a lead. 7-4.
Tremendous volley, Hammamy. Yeah, she's.
Yeah, I've not seen her play this well for quite some time. Did you just see that, Lisa?
Yeah, my eyes are barely touching the screen, Joy. I'm that close.
Oh, look at that leg. Gohar has got the red eyes on. She's making a point.
I spoke to her in a post-match interview in Vision for Squash TV, and I'd asked her about the brand that she was trying to play, the style of squash. It was very slow, it was very controlled, and to me nullified her strengths. The speed at which she can use to get onto the ball, to attack, to hunt across the middle, to volley, to take time away from her opponents. She looked accepting to go to the back wall and slow the pace down. Now she was intentionally doing that, which is great. It was a conscious decision. She wanted to look for more accuracy. But it was even more of a leveler when she came up against other opponents. And as the tournament, actually as that match with Gohar grew in that first game, that massive first game, she was almost rediscovering the old Hammamy that was lethal, that was aggressive, the one that has the quickest feet, the most explosive movement on tour, and it was all coming together in that one game.
There's another one. She does tend to time those right in the ear hole of Gohar, just to add a bit more salt in the wound.
They were in favour of Hania last night when she was playing Nouran in Arabi. He went out and did a vote, and that's a kill and a half. What a way to save game ball. Gohar coming in with the firepower.
Oh, that was a great shot.
It's the second bounce for me, right glued to the left-hand wall.
It's been of the highest order though, Lisa, this quality first game. You know, we're over 23 minutes now.
And out. This could be
13-12.
a long night for him.
Game ball.
5th game ball now for Hammamy.
She's, you can't. It happened earlier in the first game, and that will just really infuriate Nouran Gohar. A tight ball that's clunked on, just squeezed up. Gohar unable to get it back onto the front wall. And as Kareem Darwish heads off to advise Hania El Hammamy, I mean, that was lengthy and hard. 30 minutes!
Wow!
30 minutes for this first game, the second semi-final for the women. El Hammamy leading 1 game to love.
خنقاها، عارفه يعني خنقاها؟ كل كرة بتخلصها تقوم جايبها لك، كل كرة هي ما عندهاش غير كده، خليها تطلعك قدام، هي بتقلق تقوم طلعك لقدام. حطيها بسرعة زي ما بتعملي كده. خلاص حطيها ومرة وقفي والعبي كروس بس لازم يبقى عريض. خليها تطلعك، بس لو انت ورا والكرة بترجع في الاركان حلوة قوي مش مشكلة. ميك شور بس انها بترجع وبوست اوف ذا كور بترجع حلوة قوي. لما بتلعبيها سنه في النص تقوم هي كتفها بالظبط، بس كتير قوي بتروحي بيك اب تجيبيهم كلهم او موست اوف ذم. حلو قوي. يجيلك فرصه حطيها برضه سيف.
So that came out in that first game, and it was like, okay, then it was, can you sustain that? Can you sustain the physicality, that tempo, that aggression, and not let the emotional side of that match override? And it did.
Oh, that's pancaked into the nick, and this is starting to unravel.
From my perspective, you know, when these big three are playing each other, it can go either way when you're 100% fit. And as I saw it, there was a huge first game. The ankle came into play in the second game.
Well, Hania El Hammamy having some treatment around the kind of Achilles area.
I was honest, and I thought that she lost her emotional cool, and therefore, you know, she had the ankle that was a distraction. She got frustrated. She wasn't able to stick to the game plan because she was frustrated. And it unwinds very quickly, unravels very quickly, because that's what the top three do to each other.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why did I stop in your opinion? I was there.
I don't know, you needed to play.
You don't know?
The interference is minimal.
So you didn't see the elbow, no? Can we get
Yes,
the ball?
yes. Ladies, let's get on with it quickly, please.
Things are affecting her, like decisions, like movements, and naturally the injury that she's not quite over yet. And Gohar was flying. She was in this zen-like, happy state where she's so relaxed. She didn't look like she was coming into her biggest rivalry on tour in a World Championship semi-final. She didn't look like it at all, and she was rapid, accurate, consistent, and completely unbeatable.
10-2, game ball. Game to Gohar.
Well, this is a massive contrast to what we saw in the first game. 30 helped along by a massive drop from El Hammamy. 9 minutes, 41 minutes so far. It's now all level at 1 game all.
Zero errors against your biggest rival is simply unheard of, I would say. To hit 0 in 2 games of a World Championship semi-final, that should be in the history books itself.
I think the game plan in general, but especially with Hania, is not something, shouldn't be like playing crazy squash, attacking from everywhere in the court. It should be more like a measured, calculated squash, so I think maybe that's why the error count is not that high.
Five game balls for Gohar.
That quality of shot, though.
Oh,
she's upset.
Yeah, she's asking for a new ball.
Stroke to Gohar. Do not shout. Do not shout at me, please.
Well, fuming. She's asking for a new ball, but she said it in a very kind of aggressive manner. So Glenn Carson has given a stroke. So when we start this fourth game, she'll be 1-love. It's been a tough one to ref. This has been, you know, it's
Yeah, it was a big call. Big Glenn Carson in the hot seat in this match.
Well, Gohar's just started off as she finished. I mean, it's just quite imperious.
That's why I used the phrase zen-like, because you never see Gohar in a match with Hammamy zen-like. It was as if she'd stitched her lips closed and had a bet on with somebody that I'm not going to say a word, I'm barely going to change my facial expression, I'm going to be so in control of my breathing, I'm giving nothing away. But yeah, I want to set a good example, and I want to show that I'm very lucky and grateful to be here, which is odd. It's so uncharacteristic to the Terminator. You think of those things and you think of the nickname the Terminator and you're like, it doesn't add up.
Once again, Gohar serves with 3 match balls. She's played through it, thankfully.
Hasn't come in since the first game.
There it is. Gohar finally lets it out. Finally lets it out with the samurai sword celebration. She kept her counsel very, very well, Nouran Gohar. Her focus was superb, and it was tricky, mentally very tricky, of course, physical and long, as it always is with these two. And it looks like she's crying.
I mean, it's just one of those absolute mammoth battles, mentally, emotionally, and physically, between Hania and Hammamy.
Had the full shebang, didn't it?
Of course, I messaged her straight after, and I knew that she was going to be devastated. And you know, I just gave her a few days to calm down, and you know, and then we're sort of like, you know, addressing the ankle again and trying to get the ankle right, and in the lead up to the British. So it's always a little bit of, you know, come on, you're on the right track, we're improving, they're improving as well, reminding her that they're improving, reminding her that she's improving and that we've got more improvements to make. And just trying to be positive, keep thinking of the long-term picture as much as we can, even though, you know, you're trying to manage, she wants it right now, right here, right now, and you're obviously in the events and you're trying to win those events right here, right now, but you always have to have one eye on the future and where the game's going. So it was just give her a few days and then kind of touch base a bit and try and direct her a little bit between what was going to happen between the Worlds and the British.
You were being, yeah. We're going to get the guys on and you'll be interviewed during their knockout. So you've got loads of time. You can go down and warm down if you want, and then I'll call you in the knockout.
Okay, so I don't need this.
No, you don't need to rush or hold on.
Sherbini played first. She's off, she's home, she's chilling. Fine, relatively early. By her standards, probably, I can imagine. They all go to bed pretty late. Gohar's still there late. There's no question in my mind that Gohar will have felt like this was the best chance that she has ever had in a final. This was the one. The way she was playing, how she was feeling, the path in which she'd gotten to the final, the vulnerability aspect of Sherbini.
So I finished my match at nearly midnight. Found myself with the doping staff. You need to get tested now. And obviously you're playing outdoors in Egypt, there's no water. So I stayed for an hour or an hour and a half, 2 hours, till 2 a.m.
Then comes the question of, can you still focus on the things that are making you in that happy state? Can you still keep that at midnight when you're still at the venue and you're being drug tested and you know that your opponent's tucked up at home? I was fortunate enough to be watching the men's semi-final after Gohar had played. I'm sat on the sofa next to Lee Beachill, and Gohar comes over and is asking, can we push back the matches because this is unfair? We're now into tomorrow already, given how late the matches went on, and she's playing today. So just knowing that she was questioning whether or not the matches could be pushed back, can we play later, can it be 10 p.m. or something, made me think there's stress going on here, and is that going to override the new almost button on the Terminator that she's somehow managed to find at the back end of the season?
Yeah, I got off the venue 3 a.m. Got back home. I was like, I called my mom on my way. I was like, just preparing for me anything to eat. I ate, did my ice bath, and then slept at 4:30 a.m. And knowing that I have a final the next day at 7:30.
I mean, I wish I can get Sherbini when I'm fresher than that. But I will do anything to be fresh. I feel like I'm feeling good, better than ever, I think, in terms of my squash and my confidence level and everything. And I think hopefully I have a good shot for tomorrow. I mean, I know every single corner of the court right now. I spent, I don't know, 2 hours, so I don't really need to practice or anything. I'll just come for the match fresh as ever.
Next time on the big three.
Yoga class.
The music, you can think of
C'est bon là, coach, ça va? La posture? C'est pour le stretch.
incroyable,
C'est bon, c'est bon.
incroyable. Non, c'est très bon. Now imagine his voice like a, whoa, breathe. Yeah.
What time you get food?
Around 3.
3? Maybe let's go to the room and let's see so we can finish the work.
Here was
In my room? Okay, the bus is 6:30?
There's 5:45 and 6:30.
No, 6:30 is enough. Huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. Sure. I think it's enough, yeah. It would be too early to wait there. And
Yeah. It's gonna be hot as well.
There's no wind today?
It's only hot today. It's very hot. But apparently at 8 it's gonna go down. Hope, like yesterday.
Any conditions, you're the best.
Yes, thank you.